Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good morning, happy Tuesday. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good day. We got a lot to talk about. Might even have some announcements about the show. Got to get your feedback on. It's very important because you are the audience by Cracky. Now, uh, let's see if anybody can figure out why I've chosen this mug today for the morning mug. Cheers. What you drinking, what you snacking on, because that's how we go. We're going to talk about some good old movie stuff as usual, some new releases, and maybe even a hint or two about where the show is headed from here. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and, Bob, if you would, the intro, please. Grab a drink, grab a snack. Oh, because it's time for the morning mug. Come on, Bob. Any day now. Here we go. Hold on. Hey, my friends, welcome back to the Morning Mug. Now, let's chat. All right. See, now I'm convinced, as if you've been here before, the whole thing about StreamYard is they've taken away all the roll-in videos. What you have to do is you try to have to sort of pull these in from your computer rather than having them organically in StreamYard. Just click and it plays, and it lags. It doesn't really do its job very well, as y'all just saw. Yeah, it's a thing. So, but hey, it don't matter. We're good. We're all here, and we're ready to go. I'm just gonna remove some of those real quick. All right. So how y'all doing? Welcome to the show, man. Happy to have y'all here. Gonna just jump into the cafe right now. I got my iced tea. What y'all got? Let's see who's here. Oh, Slow Six coming in hot at number one. Good morning, Huck. Oh yeah. You know what? I was gonna talk about that. R.I.P. Malcolm Jamal Warner grew up with the Cosby Kids. Heartbroken, class act. Second, saw Superman over the weekend. Loved it. Oh, I'm so glad you loved it. I've already seen it twice. I'm going to keep preaching that I thought it was a great movie. And yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner. I love The Cosby Show, and he was fantastic in it as Leo Huxtable. And if those who haven't heard, it's kind of a sad thing. It was a water issue, a swimming issue. He was in the ocean, and I think that just the tide caught him and current, like he couldn't get back to the shore. It just kept pulling him over and over to the point where it just got him, and the exhaustion got him. I guess he couldn't keep fighting the waves. At least that's what I've looked into. Let me know if y'all know different, but yeah, it's kind of sad. So only 54, man. I don't like seeing anybody go. I'm in my 50s. I don't need that. That's too young, man. Look, it's all state of mind. When you're a kid and you hear that, you think, oh, that's super old. But when you get here, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's all state of mind. So yeah, R.I.P. Malcolm Jamal Warner. Hey, good morning. How you doing? I'm doing good, bruh. Doing good now that y'all are here. I have no physical media titles coming in today, but next week I have the Nobody Steelbook and Ace Ventura Pet Detective on 4K. Nice. That Pet Detective, man. That looks good. Van Gool, greetings, my man. It's been a while. Good to see you. Our Ace Ventura on 4K is okay, but same audio as the other release. See, it's so funny, Van Gool. I don't know if y'all saw, but Sunday night I dropped a video. By the way, how do I look? How do I sound? Let me listen to my gums flapping over here. I guess sounds okay. About collecting physical media and where I'm at and where you guys are at. Man, may I say to you, to my audience, thank you. You guys are really commenting on that. I didn't just put it up there to hear myself go. I wanted to know where you guys were at as well. And I don't know, where are we at on that? Almost like last time I looked, it was a good chunk. Let's take a gander and see where that video is at. Because I would highly encourage everybody to just go check it out, because I think we're all in that same boat about collecting. Okay, it's got about 869 views on it. That's really good. That's what I was hoping. Get some eyes on the prize. But more importantly, a lot of people are saying, dude, Huck, I'm right there with you, or I'm actually collecting VHS and DVD again. I've been hearing everything. If you look at the comments, people are really they're engaging, which is what I wanted. No one's like crapping on it, like, oh, if you don't want to collect it out of the game, I mean, it's always somebody out there like that. But that's not what it's about. It's talking about the price points and causing collectors to double, triple, quadruple dip, um, and offering sort of nothing in return, jacking up the prices, and it's all in there. So check it out, y'all. It's a good video. It's getting a lot of heat, as we say, and that's cool. Kelly, hey Kelly, good to see you. Always. Mr. Moody, what's up, Steve? Let's say hey there, Mr. Huck, and all the folks in the chat, dude. What's good? What's going on? I see the mug in your mouth. What you drinking? Cup of Joe? That is a cool mug you have there. I'm drinking coffee with cream. Nice. Nice. Well, I'm going to get to why we got old Sam here in just a few. Because, yeah, I think y'all know why. Huck, that dog in the video. Is that your dog? Yeah, he looks so cute when he licks his lips. Yeah, it's so funny. That's my dog. That's Cash. Call him like Johnny Cash, like the man in black. He's the dog in black. So yeah, that's Cash. It's funny because when I'm taping him, I'm just holding like cheese right in front of his face, and he just stares at it until he licks his lips. I'm like, done, got the shot, and then I shoot his little butt with his tail wagging, still showing him a treat, so the tail's wagging. That's how you do it. That's how you make movies, man. You gotta train that dog, get him to do what you want. And Huck, I traded in some movies yesterday, dude. Got $80. That's good stuff, man. That'll get you 2 steel books. Nowadays. Yeah, I need to do a run. I have so many movies over there, but they don't always take everything you bring either. Like I'll cart over a whole box, slam it on the table, and like, take it. And they're like, we'll take these 6 and we'll give you $37. I'm like, I want you to take the box. I mean, the whole point is like, I just want you to take it so it gives me the space. If I take it back home, then I got to somehow deal with it again. Maybe do a garage sale, sell them for $2 or $3, see what happens. I did that last time, y'all. A friend was having a yard sale, went to their house. We sort of doubled up, 2 families at the house. And I had my little movie corner where I had 2 tables up with movies. And I sold over $100 that day. And I was selling good stuff too. Like I had an American Werewolf in London Arrow, which is the nice one, but it was the Blu-ray. I have the 4K of the exact same one. So I sold it for like, $25, something like that. Because I could tell the guy knew what he was looking at. He wasn't just like, oh, can I have this movie for $3? I'm like, you know what that is. I know you know what that is. He's like, yeah, I'll give it to you for 25. He's like, okay. So, that's kind of where I guess I'll make the bucks as a yard sale. But we also live up this hill. So having it here, the reason we went to our friend's house is they are on a good street, lots of foot traffic and stuff. We're way at the top of a hill. You have to go out of your way to just go past our house by accident. So we don't do well with a yard sale up here. We need to be further down the road where we need to be at the bottom of the hill because everyone passes all those houses to come up the hill to their homes. So, but unfortunately, we're at the top. Did you see that Master and Commander when it came out to pre-order was reasonably cheap at $40? Now sold out. Yep, that's what keeps happening. That's another one of my topics in my collector, collecting video. Is it worth it? Am I out of the game? You'll see. $40, reasonably cheap. Yeah, that's the sad thing that you have to say $40 is reasonably cheap because just a couple of years ago when Best Buy was still around, $20 to $25 was the deal for steelbooks. And ever since Walmart got them, they were supposed to keep that going. They were supposed to maintain that. They said, oh, we're going to be your steelbook connection. That's where the Lionsgate stuff was going to go. And almost immediately those price points started going up. People were like, whoa, where's the $20 steelbooks? And then it just kept growing. And now it's like usually like 30. What is it? What would you guys say is the going rate? Like $37.50 now when a steelbook comes out brand new? Because usually Blu-ray is the 25, 4K is the 30, $29.99. And then the steelbook is anywhere between, I think, 33 and 40 for the average one. Not counting Disney. They're its own thing, as we all know. Jane Dolette is here. Good morning, Nikki. How are you, darling? Hey, Jeff's mom. Got it going on. Everybody sing that. Steve and Ghoul, everybody say, hey, Laren, I'd go to a Huck garage sale. Yeah, you should. All kinds of good stuff hanging out at the old Huckster's garage sale. Like nuggets of gold, man. They got toys. Like, look, when people come here, it is true because like my wife always cracks out all the stuff from the kitchen and the house stuff she wants to sell. Then I always have like the cool side, the collectible side, and you can always tell when a collector's walking by because they hit straight from my table. They don't even look at like, oh, what you got over here? You got a pitcher or a plate set or whatever. Nope, they just come right there. I remember. I'll tell you a good story. I was selling off my not Galoob Playmates Star Trek figures, but the smaller ones, the ones that are about like 4.5 inches tall. Really good, man. I had a banger of a set. I don't know, 60, 70 of them, something like that. And the guy just looks at me and goes, I got a good friend who's a Star Trek fan. How much for all of it? I'm like, and when you put on the spot, I just go, $100. He's like, all right. I'm like, 150 and 200, because you feel like you just undersold because I've been sitting on these things for so long and they're not moving. I've tried it, putting them on eBay twice. Nobody bought them. So sometimes when you say $100 and someone says yes, maybe it's worth it. Maybe that's what it was meant to be. So, and then he goes, you got anything else? So I had to go in the house and I had those Ninja Turtles, right? That were Star Trek Ninja Turtles. So it was the four guys, Donatello and all those guys, as Kirk, Scotty, Spock, and whoever the last one was it Sulu? I don't know. McCoy. Yeah, it was McCoy because you have a doctor one. Yeah, so those sold. I sold those to him for another $25 or something like that. So you never know. You never know with these garage sales. Just put up a tent, cross your fingers, and advertise it. We try to put it into some little local rags so people come up here. Well, yeah, come on into the cafe, y'all. Pull up the chair. I'd say 35 to 40 is a good price for steel books, unless it's like a big steel book. Right on. Yeah, and you guys told me too. I missed the Superman sale. Like I just I wasn't negligent of it. It just sold out so quick. I barely had a chance to catch my breath. I'm in between jobs. I actually started a new job this week. So of course this will be one where we have to get out at 9 like usual when I have a job. But yeah, you guys are, oh, Huck, Superman sold out. I'm like, so if anybody ordered 2 copies of the new Superman movie with the steelbook, let me know. Let me know. I'll buy it from you. Hopefully you'll be nice to the Huckster, just, for what you paid, and then I'll pay the shipping and all that. But that's if you got 2, only if you got 2. I don't know why you would, unless you plan on putting one on eBay, in which case don't sell it to me because I know that they usually sell pretty good. But yeah, let's see what do I want to jump to here. I'm going to skip ahead in some of the things we're doing because we want to talk about. Here we go. We'll do this first. All right. So if y'all play along in the old 52-week movie challenge, oh, Snapdragon, here we go. This is what the week 29 was. It was an anthology. Now, there's lots of anthologies, but they really seem to play more into the horror genre. So you got your Creep Show and Tales from the Crypt and Twilight Zone, the movie, stuff like that. There were a few others. I'd sort of Google anything that wasn't horror, and I just wasn't interested in any of that stuff. And this is a movie I saw for the first time last year. Yes, very late to the game, as this did come out in 2007. And I loved it. I gave it 3.5 stars originally and said, you know what? I was very charmed by this movie. I can see this rating going up when I start watching it again. And so sure enough, I popped it in. So this movie, in case you don't know, it came out in 2007. It is rated R. So it's got some nice, gritty moments, bloody moments. And there's a tad bit of nudity in there. And it's short, y'all. It's less than 90 minutes, like 1 hour and 22 minutes. And the director, Michael Dougherty, who directed this, it started out as a little short that he made for college because he was an animation guy. And his final project was this, like he always talks about how, and I did the bonus features, by the way. Oh my gosh, the bonus features on this Arrow release are spectacular. I'm going to praise this release. The 4K picture looks fantastic. Audio was great. And the bonus features are well worth it. I still didn't even get through all of them. I still had 4 left, and I just ran out of time. It was like just on and on and on. But basically, he was like, "Oh, it's weird that things like Christmas and Easter, they all have mascots. You got Santa, the Easter Bunny, you got Leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day." And he goes, "But there's no real icon. I mean, there's a lot of horror legacy faces like Frankenstein, and then there's werewolves and vampires and things in general, but no real face." And so that's why he came up with Sam. Sam is his little mascot, if you will, for Halloween, who basically goes around to make sure that everybody obeys the laws of Halloween, keeping your decorations up and giving kids good candy, and don't put bad stuff in the candy. And if he finds out that you are breaking those rules in any way, may I say, plenty of these people were breaking rules. Sam took care of them. Sam took care of them. And it's just great. And as you can see upon second view, I bumped this thing right up to 5 stars. I didn't even whittle my way to 4 and then 5. I just instantly knew I love this film. I don't know who else has seen it. If you guys have seen Trick or Treat, are you on the same bandwagon as me? It's got a killer cast. I mean, you got your Anna Paquin down there, Dylan Baker, Brian Cox is in this as well. It's just a good cast, and I just love the anthology part of it. I love how the director too made it non-linear. He bounced around, which I found very. Sometimes that can be distracting. Like it kind of works in like Tarantino movies. So he basically in the anthology said he pulled a Tarantino, because when he cut it together, this is where you can make or break something in editing. When he cut it together linearly, he said it felt slow. And this is an hour and 22 minutes. So for that to feel slow, something's wrong. So that's when in editing. So this wasn't originally planned this way, if I understand the way he's saying it. Like, unless he planned it this way, tried to edit it linearly, and said, no, it doesn't work, let's go back. But he didn't quite say it that way. So it felt like he crafted it to be nonlinear. And I find that so much more intriguing for this film, because while you're watching the scenes with one character, you see the other ones in the background. So like when Dylan Baker's character, Steven, is walking around town as this little killer, they kind of bump into the robot girl. There's a girl right at the beginning who's plays a robot. I think is that the Lauren Lee Smith character? I forget. No, I think she's one of the girls. But there's 2 characters at the beginning. One that's sort of a Flash Gordon looking costume and a robot. And then they're walking around the street, but they're sort of the first victims of the movie. So now they're subtly seen here, or Brian Cox is seen in the background of Dylan Baker's scene, or vice versa. And it's just so perfectly put together that I just found it delightful. And may I just say, the Anna Paquin story, when I first saw it, I'll just say, if you haven't seen it, didn't see that coming, that was pretty great. That was pretty cool. Sam didn't have a problem with that scene, I'll tell you. Yeah, Sam seeming to be like, all right, everything's happening here the way it's supposed to. That's all good. Hark, who goes there? Oh, my Cash is going crazy in the other room, y'all. But anyway, that is it. That is my recap of Trick or Treat from week 29 and anthology. I thoroughly love this movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly praise this film. Next week is going to be a movie that has an awesome song soundtrack. So, not necessarily musicals. Musicals, unless you consider, I'll just say this. If you consider a musical a killer song soundtrack, go for it. Like Grease. If you love Grease, I love Grease, go for it. Personally, I'm going to lean towards other things that have just a killer soundtrack. It's more like songs and stuff, but not sing songs like that tell the story like in a musical. More things like The Lost Boys has a great soundtrack, Purple Rain, things like that. That's what I'm angling towards for next week. So I'll be curious to see where you guys head for that. All right, so let me know about anthology. Start chatting it up here in the chats, and let me know what you're thinking of doing for next week. A movie with a killer song soundtrack, because I know everybody's got favorites. Heavy metal's another one. If you're an old dude like me, man, heavy metal. Think what you will about the movie. I like the movie. That soundtrack is banging, man, with all those killer rock and rollers. So good. So there you go, man. That's my dude, Sam. Hoss McPizza is here. What's going on, buddy? One of my members. I got a place called Soundgarden by me in Baltimore. They have a few locations nationwide. Big record shop, nice, that buys movies. Took up 2 boxes of Blu-rays and 4Ks. I didn't care about it and got what? Dude, you got $760? How big were those boxes? Holy hand grenades, man. Dude, that's great. You must have had some kind of boutique labels or something in there, right? Because just, I would think 2 boxes of just standard Blu-rays and 4Ks, you got 760. I mean, that dude, good on you. Give you one of those, bro. Man, phantasmic. Let's see. I traded in my Marvel DC shows, but I kept my Star Wars one and traded in one Arrow video, 6 DVDs, Blu-rays. Noise. Traded in your Marvel shows. You should have told me you were doing that. If you had Hawkeye, I'd have bought it from you. I haven't bought Hawkeye yet. I liked Hawkeye a lot, man. They're doing Jeremy Renner dirty, y'all. If y'all are fans of the Hawkeye show, right after I was gonna say Fish Called WandaVision, Hawkeye was my favorite. A lot of people liked Loki. I liked Loki a lot, except that last episode I thought just dropped the ball. It was just talking with Kang. I was like, oh my God, like what are they setting up? And obviously they were setting up the Kang universe, but the show was so exciting up to that last episode that it just dropped it down to me a peg. And then season 2 was what happened to Loki. I'm like, really? Loki's just going to be stuck up in the sky as the one who looks over everything? I don't know. Clearly, I'm sure Kevin Feige is going to undo that at some point. But yeah, man, at some point I'm going to snag me some Hawkeye. Watch the Kentucky Fried. Oh yeah, dude. So here's the deal. Yeah, I know it's okay. I saw it when I was a younger person, like when it had midnight movies and stuff like that, and I remember loving it. I'm sure if I give that a rewatch, it'll just be okay. But nostalgia kicks in, and I freaking love that movie. You know, what is it? The sorority, the Catholic reform schoolgirls, something like that. That's funny. Big Jim Slade comes crashing through there. Big black dude whips up this girl's girlfriend, takes him out, and the dude's just like, oh man, little nerdy dude, got no girl. That was great. Of course, the kung fu, the Bruce Lee take, slaps the dog on the head because the dog's barking, not doing a good job, slaps the dog on the head. What was that? Try it again. Hits the dog again. Dog, he goes, better. And then walks away. I mean, I love that stuff. The guy's got the interchangeable hands, just like in the Bruce Lee movie. So yeah, I laugh at that movie. I actually got a signed DVD copy by John Landis, so I definitely won't get rid of it just because of that. But yeah, man, I got to see that movie again. Did you see my review for Dude, Where's My Car? Oh, I got to go check that out. Oh, you didn't get in underwater, dude? Are you kidding me? Oh, well, look, if you can't get into underwater, then I would surmise you can't get into any of these other ones that are like Deep Star 6, Leviathan, Virus, what is it? Deep Rising. Those are all these underwater creature features, and those are way slower paced. And in my opinion, underwater is just so good. Sorry you didn't like it, but that's the thing about movies, man. Some of us love certain things and some of us don't. So I guess that's a miss. I appreciate you taking the recommendation. Sorry it didn't click with you, but hopefully Dude, Where's My Car and Titanic were winners for you. I skipped the anthology movie challenge. Yeah, I mean, again, it's harder to find a lot of just good, acceptable anthology type films. But just replace it with something else. See, that's the thing is the challenge is there, but if you get to a week, you just don't care about it, plug something else in. In fact, Dave, let me know, like, instead of skipping it, Let me know what you do for yourself. Talk to yourself. So Dave, I said, "What's up, Dave?" So all right, we're not gonna do that anthology. You don't want to do that? So I said, all right. Well, what do you want to do? I think I want to do boom. And there it is. You got your thing. Watch that movie, and then let me know what you watched. Because you know, again, I got no ego. Yeah, if you want to switch up a week and turn it into something that you'd rather watch, that's not an anthology. Well, did. Here we go. Larry be talking about Trick or Treat is fantastic, dude. Do you love it? Look, I feel bad that I came so late to the game because the dang thing came out in 2007. You know, that means I have like over a decade I haven't been enjoying this movie. But hey, I watched it last year. Now I've already seen it twice. I just freaking love that movie. I love the little character of Sam. I think he's so quiet and curious, interesting. The bonus features are great. That shows off the kid that plays Sam. At the time, he was 9. And I guess the kid just kind of knew exactly what they were looking for. Quinn Lord is the kid that plays. Of course, now he's probably in his 20s, something like that. And yeah, he just had like this great stare, like quiet stare. And if you watch the bonus video, the director's like, "Oh, there he is." Like they just knew what they were looking for Sam. And I don't know what the kid did. They didn't show the auditions or anything, but whatever he did when he walked in, nailed it. And so they pulled him in. So I love stories like that, especially acting stories where somebody just, especially a kid, like horror movie. What do you think they want? You just kind of figure it out and go. Smart 88. What's good? What's going on, man? Love Trick or Treat. Here we go. I was a few years late to the party as well. There you go. Um, but it's one of those that gets put in every other Halloween now. Nice. Yeah, dude. Like ever since I watched it, I'm like, this is going to be a staple for me. I might even try it like every year just because I feel like I owe it some makeup time. But this is it. I know it's a little early. It's July, but it's like a taste, man. It's a taste. It's late July, which means things are already starting to pop up in like Home Depot and things like that in like a week or so. So it was all right. Had I probably thought this through a little better, I'd have shuffled a few things around, knowing that this was going to be I knew I was going to pick this, to be honest. There were other things I might have Googled, but I just knew this was going to be it. I might have pushed this a little closer to October, so it felt better for you Halloween people. And then, like a moron, I put superhero movie, I don't know where it is, in like November or something. And we have all these superhero movies that came out. We had Thunderbolt, Superman, and now Fantastic Four. And I didn't put it on any one of those dates. But it's weird because I was thinking like that for Tom Cruise because I watch a Tom Cruise movie on the week that Mission Impossible came out. So next year, when we do this again next year, if I do things like that, I'll do a little bit more research and have it drop. So if you want Superman to be your superhero movie, it'll be tied into that kind of thing. If I even do it, since I did superhero this year, it may not even be a category next year. So anybody that's doing the 52-week challenge, let me know what some of your favorite categories were, because I know some of the ones I liked, and I sort of do repeats on purpose for me to make sure I get in like a black and white movie, to make sure I get in a, favorite director, boom, something like that. Like certain ones I think just have to be a staple because it helps me to keep finding new movies I've never seen. That's how I watched my Charlie Chaplin for the first time in modern times. Man, that movie was so good. Loved it. Never, always heard about it. Never saw it because of the challenge. It was great. I need to pick up the Arrow release. Yeah. Oh, Trick or Treat, dude. It's so good. It really is great. Oh yeah, Baby Driver. There you go, Laren. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We were Googling. And my wife's like, "Oh, let me Google." She likes to Google. Certain topics when the movies are coming up, and she did that, and that popped up, and I'm like, oh yeah, Baby Driver's got a rocking soundtrack. Are you going to watch that, Laren? Is that going to be your hot soundtrack movie? I highly approve. And there it is, Van Gool also saying Baby Driver. Yep, agreeing with Laren there. I already know that I'm watching for next week. It's either going to be Star Wars or Lord of the Rings for next week. Not, but that's not a killer song soundtrack. Again, that's a killer score. Remember, score and song soundtrack. You gotta look there. Those are two different things. The score is like what John Williams does, Howard Shore, Jerry Goldsmith. That's the score. But the a song soundtrack is something that has songs. And I'm just jumping over here to Letterbox to confirm that, because if I didn't write that in my Letterbox, then I apologize. But it should say, I thought I copy pasted that at the bottom, that it should say song soundtrack. We're looking at it right now. 52-week movie challenge. Week 30. Yeah. Week number 30 has an awesome song soundtrack. Because I know if I just put the word soundtrack, people could go either way. But again, hey, that's another thing. If you don't like movies with song soundtracks and you'd rather replace it in your head with just a score soundtrack, by all means, go for it. Me, Myself, and Irene soundtrack entirely made up of Steely Dan covers. Sweet. I'm going to watch Judgment Night. Never seen it. Love the soundtrack, though. Oh, that's funny. So you've never seen the movie, but you've rocked out to the soundtrack? I've never heard that soundtrack. Bro, I had like maybe 100 movies. That's it? What? They just gave super fair prices. I had a couple of special ones in there, but I looked into it. If you guys can, I think there's stuff. Oh, really? Okay. What's where's the place again? Okay. Yeah, let me know. Let me know. Go to my Instagram, bro. Let me know. Or you can let everybody know here too as well. Because holy hand grenades, dude. That is 100 movies and you got 700, over $700. Dude, that's a good day. You rocked out, man. I did. Yeah, it's no big deal. Not a thing. I'm just letting you know if it helped you change your mind, knowing that it was a song soundtrack. If you've got a song soundtrack you love, that's what the challenge is. But if you don't really have one, substitute it for a score. But I would like to know if you have a song soundtrack, what it might be. Actually more like 150, 180 movies. Still, that's like under 200 and you got 760. It's like, all right, here we go. Terrible at math, so we're gonna pull this up. Let's just say you did 180. Let's just say they gave you $2 each. Like even $2 each is only 360. So I mean, they gave you good value since a lot of them only resell those things at $4 or $5. Dude, good on you, man. That is the story of the day. Star Wars: Lord of the Rings: Return of the King has one of the best soundtracks, so that's why I'll probably watch it. Okay, all right, you do that. For all the Christmas in July that happens, why not a little Halloween? That's what I'm saying. A little spooky and July-ski. What about Wedding Singer? Absolutely, Wedding Singer. That's a great soundtrack. In fact, that's probably still one of my favorite Adam Sandler. I'm not a huge Adam Sandler fan because I think too much of his movies back in the old day were scabba-da-goo, go, that sort of Adam Sandler. I'm like, blah, but there were ones like Wedding Singer that I really loved, I know he's done a couple of good dramatic things too. I liked his performance in Uncut Gems, but in the end, yeah, that movie, I won't be revisiting that movie. It was fine. It was good. Great performance. If you've seen it and you know the ending, you know why I don't like it. Now, a lot of people praise it because oh yeah, that ending. All right. You do you. I just didn't care for it. Oh, I'm sorry. I got confused. Soundtrack and score. Not a problem, mon frere. Not a problem. DVD Bunkers. What's good, DB1? Welcome. So would Wizard of Oz count if you listen to That's hilarious. Just for putting that together, dude. Yeah, you go for it. That's hilarious. I know. I've never done that. Like I always hear about that. Yeah, it's kind of weird to say this though. Oh, it's Dark Side of the Moon. Never mind. It's Pink Floyd The Wall. Always scares me a little bit. Yeah, I'm spooked out by Pink Floyd The Wall. Like, it's just too weird. It's too wicked for me. But Dark Side of the Moon, yeah. If y'all don't know, so what he's saying is if you, what is it again? Like, Steve, it's like you play the two things and they somehow sync up perfectly, like end to end, like while it's going on, there's something, synergetic about the two. Yeah. I think the only soundtracks that I actually like are musicals. Oh, well, that's fine. That is fine, man. Just I look, dude. I say plug it right in. Substitute whatever whatever you love, man. Whatever gets the job done. I've seen Baby Driver many times. I literally drove to Barnes and Noble and bought that soundtrack. Nice, nice. Wow. I got to think. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick because I got look. I will tell you what's high on my list is Purple Rain because I bought the 4K, but I've not put it in yet, and that is one of my all-time fave movie concert type films, hands down. Like that is I think probably my favorite Prince album ever. Just wall to wall, every song is a banger, and I really want to see what that looks and sounds like on the 4K. And part of this new challenge is not just watching new movies, but opening movies you've bought that have just, oh, I'm blurry again. Sorry, guys. Why does it keep doing that? Hang on. Let's get it. Let's trick it. There we go. All right, there you go. See, it looks great. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, I tend to look into the camera because it's called engagement. If I look into the camera, it's like I'm talking to you guys. If I look at my screen, you guys see where my eyes are? That's terrible. Like that's not how you engage your audience. So I look at the camera. So because I'm looking at the camera and it went blurry, I didn't see that. Hopefully it wasn't like that for a while. But anyway, I just want to see what Purple Rain looks and sounds like on 4K because part of the challenge is opening stuff that you've bought and it's just being neglected. So that was my challenge for this year. Not everything had to be new because I had to make sure, just like that the anthology, Trick or Treat. I had bought that during the Arrow sale. And I've been coveting it, looking at it, just saying, oh, this looks great. But I knew this anthology was coming up. So I waited. And that's when I watched it. But because if I would have watched it early, I couldn't have seen it during the challenge. So that is part of the thing. If you've got like me, and look, that's part of the video too that I was talking about am I done with the collecting? Is what's the community? What's the buzz going around? It talks about all of this. And one of those is owning all these films that you've bought and still haven't watched. And part of the things that I do for myself is I don't open the movie until I've seen it. So when I look around and I see all of this cellophane still on my shelf, I know that movie's never been watched. And that's got to be a telling sign for everybody that collects, which is, oh, how long's that been? I mean, look, I'm not lying. It's years on many of these titles. I don't need, because look, when you get up into the 2000, like I have, it's like, there's probably some in there that have been a decade and I haven't opened it because it's also time. When are you going to get to it? What are you in the mood for? Da, da, da. Again, that's why I came up with the 52-week challenge to force me to watch movies, take things off the shelves, and it's working. So, hey, it's helping me chisel away at this collection of mine that I love. So that's the point. So, if I start slowing down on the collecting, that's fine because the whole point of collecting is to enjoy it, not just stare at it. So, can Bob show us? Can Bob show what Sue's gonna get? I don't know. Let's see. That's a good question. I will ask. So, Bob, one of our good loyal viewers here, wants to know if you have the ability to show what's Sue gonna get. Now, I don't know. I don't know how good Bob is. He's got to go to the archive, and look around to see what he can find. So, yeah, that's not it, Bob. Okay, just whatever you got, Bob. Just feel free to throw it on there.
What's Sue gonna get?
That's not it.
What's Sue gonna get? Hey! What's Sue gonna get? And these guys too.
Now the Steelbook crew.
Oh, I'll back it up for you. I can't stand
What's Sue gonna get? What's Sue gonna get? Hey! What's Sue gonna get? And these guys too.
Now the Steelbook crew.
Tell him, Sue.
What's Sue gonna get? What's Sue gonna get? I don't know, but hey! What's Sue gonna get?
I mean, not too bad. Not too bad. But Bob, he wasn't prepared, y'all. Like he was a little caught off guard. Bob, no, it's okay, Bob. It's okay. Thumbs up. Oh, good old Bob. He did good. He did good. It's tough. This new. I'm telling you. I can't stand this StreamYard business. See, they do this on purpose. They want the free interface to suck, which it does, so that you will, pay up, pony up. But anyway, Bob, if you would, I believe there was a reason for Mr. Moody requesting that. If you could be a peach, if you will, and put up, put up the thing, Bob. Okay, Bob, it's the Blu-ray.com, and it's so we can see what new releases are coming out. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, I get you. It's okay. It's okay. Bob's a little shaken today. We're it's too. What's going on here? Hang on. I literally just said put this up and disagreed. You guys doing all right? Hold on. I guess it's working. Oh my God. So slow. I'll just do one of these. Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's sort of there, but then it's not. There, finally. Bob, I'm going to say this is not you. We're going to put all this on StreamYard. So here we go. What's Sue going to get in the Steelbook crew? I do not know. But here are some fantastic options for everybody today. You got to let me know. Look, when I say these out loud, I need to know loud and proud. Are you going to pick up that Cobra on 4K, or are you fine with your Blu-ray, thus avoiding the upgrade, double dip, triple dip to that? Small Soldiers, though, coming out 4K Steelbook. That's a pretty sweet looking Steelbook. Again, Small Soldiers, not a movie I really thought of in decades, but there it is. And it came out in 1998. So I don't know. I'm not in a hustle to get that. You got the stuff on 4K. I got the Blu-ray. I don't know if I'll be upgrading to a 4K stuff. You Can Count on Me, Madagascar, Carnal Knowledge. These are all coming out on 4K. Danger, Diabolic. Now, Final Destination, Bloodlines. I love that. Coming out 4K Steelbook, Blu-ray, all that good stuff. I'll probably pick that up, add it to the collection. I dug it. I got the 5-pack of the other Final Destination, so it seems natural to finish out the collection there. Day one, probably not. You know me. Wait for that sale. Knight Rider on 4K. One of the few TV shows getting a 4K treatment. It's pretty impressive. Bewitched, the full series, complete series on Blu-ray. Not bad. Serenity, got a nice little steelbook. The movie conclusion of Firefly with our boy, Nathan Fillion. What else we got? The Beast to Die, Silent Scream, the Night Watch collection. We got that Fight or Flight with the Josh Hartnett. I wanted to see that. It looked like an airplane version of Bullet Train, but it did not do well at all. And a few people I knew that saw it said, not good. I was like, oh, that bummed me out because I like Josh Hartnett. I like Trap. A lot of people didn't like Trap. I thought Trap was great. Let's see. Ash. Just going to skim these here. More Final Destination. No, you get a whole, look at that. You get the 6 film collection. So now, if you want everything in one juicy little Blu-ray nugget, there's your package right there. That's a good deal. I am curious. Let's check out how much is that going for. $48. It's funny because for $15, I got the 5-movie set. So even if you go another 20 on top of that, 35, I'm still cheaper just getting the 4K of the new movie and keeping my set than buying the new Blu-ray set. See, you gotta do some math in your head, folks. What else we got? A little scamming through here. Dragon Tattoo, Last Voyage of the Demeter, which I don't know. That looks like probably a steelbook. Scan, just looking. Oh, you got your Original Sin with Antonio Banderas and Angelina Jolie. Jurassic Games, probably one of those horribly straight-to-video dino movies. It looks awful. And sounds great. All right, there you go. So that's just doing a little scan of these down here. But yeah, I would say, as always, at the top, this is where like the first three rows contain all the banging titles that I think would make one's collection. What are y'all going to get? Are you a fan of the stuff? Are you going to upgrade? Small Soldiers, you're a big fan because you grew up with it. I didn't grow up with it because I'm an old dude. So I don't have the nostalgia for it that some of you guys do. Cobra, I don't know. That one I'm on the fence of. I'll be honest. I bought the Blu-ray, got it over here. Haven't watched it. So, I do have something coming up on the 52-week challenge, which is watch the Sylvester Stallone movie. Maybe I'll finally put in Cobra, because I've seen pretty much all the Stallone movies. Seen all the Rockies 100 times over, Rambos. I got those committed to memory. So I was going to watch something else like Shade. I don't know if anybody's seen Shade, but that's when like all the poker playing was a rage, and you had things like Rounders. And then this movie came out, Shade. It was a really good movie. I found it on Blu-ray during one of the sales. I got that also, and I haven't opened and watched that. So I think it's going to be between Cobra and Shade, because it's been a long time since I've seen Cobra, and I want to give that another shot, because I remember liking it, but I know it's a little bit different. It's like a slasher movie. Anyway, what would you guys do if you were me? Say, hey, it's like me, the old huckster there. And you had Cobra and you had Shade. Now, many of you probably never even heard of Shade, so you're probably going to be like, oh, watch Cobra. But yeah, let me know. Anyway, what are these? Actually, I should be over here. What are these? Because I look over here, I got my big screen over here, but you guys are looking at it over here. What would you watch? So there you go. That's what's coming out. That's what Sue and the Steelbook crew, that's what they have the options to see. There you go. See, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Yeah, we did that. All right. Let's see. How are we? We're doing good, y'all. Got less than 15 minutes to keep plowing on here, talking to you guys. What? Oh, wait, hang on. Yes, we do have this as well. Sorry, everything's working just a little slower than normal. I don't know what it is. I closed a bunch of programs so it'll run butter smooth, but taint working. All right, let's get back to see what you guys are yakking about. Like I said, Mr. Moody, what's she gonna get? I don't know. You guys saw it. Hey there, everyone. Please hit the like button. Yes, Guy, thank you guys. Always let me know to hit that like button. If you like this content, like and subscribe. Really keeps me going. And because of that, we're going to talk about something in just a second, Guy. All right, saying, hey, all right, people, pumped that the Cave Master is here. 20 watching, only 11 likes. Come on, it's free. Caveman, I don't know what it is. I feel like I fight for these likes every week, putting so much into this, and I don't know. It doesn't seem to be worth a quick thumbs up out there. We're going to talk about that then. A lot of stuff seems to relate to what you see on screen when it happens. I've done it, just never done it free for other influencers. Yeah. What up, cool kids? Johnny. What's up, Johnny? What's going on, bro? I said, Johnny, another one of my members right here. One of the cool kids. James Adrian Moody. Boom. What's up, Adrian? Did I skip Adish? Make sure I give you a hey, bro, in case I forgot earlier. Let's see. Purple Rain issue that I recall was just a bunch of music videos stitched together randomly. Well, I mean, no, it's not. Like his, when you say that, it's his songs, but he sings them in the movie, especially at the end. The end is more of a concert movie because he's just singing the songs, and none of his music videos are in it. Now, all the songs, or several of the songs, became music videos. So When Doves Cry is a legit music video, but in the movie, When Doves Cry is just part of the backdrop as he's, goes to Lake Minnetonka and Apollonia dives in to purify herself, and then he tells her that wasn't Lake Minnetonka. Classic prankster, that Prince. And then they get on the bike and roll away, and as they roll away, When Doves Cry kicks in. So it's more of a backdrop for the film. The songs that are utilized throughout the film. Some of it can be montagey stuff per se. Maybe that's what you mean, but yes, it's definitely not a bunch of music videos. And not random. I'll also say not random. It's a very linear storytelling, the way the songs fall. And then, of course, you got Morris Day and the Time singing Jungle Love. They got 2 songs on that soundtrack, which are great. Dog's still going crazy outside. Don't you know, Huck, the first rule of being in this community is that you never watch the movies. I did not know this. I did not. Look, no one sent me the contract. I waited. I checked my inbox, checked my spam. Nope. No, I didn't know that. But you know what? even without it, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing really good about not watching some of these movies. I know, dude. Isn't it nuts though? Part of the fun is the collecting, and then when you realize that it's starting to become not as fun. I mean, maybe for some people it's still a blast, but for me, with the prices changing and I don't know this again. Watch my video, yo. I don't want to beat a dead horse, and when I've already made the video. And what's so funny is the night I'm dropping that video, while it's uploading to YouTube, I switch over to another tab, and Garrett, Born to Be Rad, is doing a live video, a live stream of exactly the same topic. Same stuff. Like I talked about price, I talked about format, upgrade, consolidation, curating, all this. He talked about exactly the same stuff. So while my thing was posting, his show was starting. I'm like, well, see, so it's a hot topic out there. It's so hot. The two legends like ourselves, we're literally doing the same video at the same time, one live, one pre-recorded. Oh, would the Elvis movie count as a soundtrack? Yeah, sure, 100%. Yeah, because again, that's Elvis singing his songs. That's very much like Purple Rain, right? As his songs are an element in the movie. So that's different than a musical. A musical would be like Grease or Hello Dolly or West Side Story. Those are musicals. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, stuff like that. But Elvis and Prince and things like that, that's what I call concert videos, and those are song soundtracks. So that would, at least the way I'm defining it for myself for this challenge, yes, Elvis 100% would fall into the song soundtrack. If you are a fan of Elvis, do I take it you may watch Elvis? That was a good movie. I like the songs in that, and I thought Gerard Butler did a great job. Hey there. Laughing. I've decided I'm gonna do the challenge next year. Yeah, nice, dude. Well, look, the beauty is, man, I've had a bunch of people just hop in right in the middle, or hop in. It's like one of those bus tours. You do. What the hell? Software update. Remind me later. Like those bus tours you do when you're visiting like another country or New York or LA. You hop on the bus and you hop on and hop off so you can see the stuff. And the bus drives away. The next bus pulls up. You hop back on. You go. See, that's the beauty of this challenge, man. You can just hop on and hop off. If a week pops up, like, dude, song soundtrack next week, even if that's the only one you do, jump on, hop off, watch the movie, tell us what you thought. Boom. See you next year. So, yeah, man, like you could if you wanted to. You don't have to wait. It's still got half a year to go. Be happy to have you pop on. Bob's a lollygagger. Look, you give Bob a little too much. It's a little warm on his side of the room, so maybe he gets a little lethargic in the corner there. Bob, get off your phone. See, he's on his phone, your iPad again. I know what you're watching. I know he's probably watching Hutch Pop Culture Cafe, distracted as always. Caveman, you guy. Hey, what's happening, Huckster? Plenty Mondo. What's good, bruh? Good to see ya. Caveman in the chat. Yeah. What's going on, Laren? Everybody's just, see, the cafe's filling up. Love it. You guys are so good. My man, Johnny. What's happening, brother? See, Huck, I just pre-ordered Superman Christopher Reeves Steelbook. Okay. Excellent. I got that when it came out the first time. So what if are those reissues? I'm guessing is the reissues. It's a good set, man. It's a good set. Got my copy of Cobra last month. Might find a day to finally check it out. Well, dude, Johnny, maybe we should do it together. So I forget. Let me take a gander over here. Let's see when that Stallone week is coming up. All right, week 44. So it's later in the year. That's probably October to watch a Sylvester. Actually, it's kind of good, though, because Cobra's kind of a slasher movie a little bit. So maybe we watch Cobra together on week 44. That could be rad. That's when that's coming up. So, yeah. Tried to watch 4K Palindrome. Couldn't get through it. Some movies, man, they just don't click. I've never seen Palindrome, and now I don't want to. If I didn't got you, it's a couple new criterions that made their way. Nice, cool. Hey, look, how's it going, Jason? Dude, it's going good. Look at that. Dude, I like your logo. Super fresh. Super fresh. Let's see. Warner Brothers just needs to release the previous Destination movies in 4K. It makes no sense just to have Bloodlines and the rest on 4K. I know. But, maybe they're seeing how, I don't know, you think this is what they're going to do, bro. Just like Nightmare on Elm Street. This one's going to come out. There's going to be a buzz for people to collect and like, hey, that really bumped up the sales. Now let's do it so we can get them again. That's what they're going to do. But honestly, like in my video, I'm just not going to fall for it. I don't need it. Like all of those movies, maybe I'll sit down and watch the entire franchise one more time in my lifetime. That's the other thing too. When you've got thousands, you do the math. I'm like, okay, that's how many years? That's if you can do one a day. If you're not doing movies that are new that you've never seen, which takes you outside of your collection. So you got to think that way. And for me, if the Blu-rays look good enough, I'm personally not the guy that's going to keep upgrading to 4K. It's just getting out of hand. Out of hand, man. I'm getting the Carnal Knowledge and Danger Diabolic. Nice. Cobra's awful, is it? I'm going to probably watch it anyway. I'm a glutton for punishment when it comes to Stallone. Is it like awful, like over the top awful, which is like kind of good because it's so bad? You're the, what was it? You're the what disease and I'm the cure. Bang, bang. Really? You got to say a catchphrase before blowing somebody away? I mean, awfully good. Oh, there it is. Nice. Boob. Oh, how was the Smurf in box office? Oh, I tell you. Let's do it. All right, let's do it. Now, Bob, you got one more shot at this. Our friends here would like to talk about the box office. So if you don't mind, could you put the tablet down and put the box office up like the rock star? The audience knows you. Oh, Bob. Yeah, all right. We'll keep you around. Here we go, y'all. Week number 2. Superman still in top slot, only dropping 53%. And when you make 125, that's really good because sometimes it can be such a drop in the 60s that it really hurts. But look, the movie's at 236. That's a respectable job. This is all Gunn and company wanted to do, was put out a Superman movie that gets good word of mouth, resets the universe, and gets people excited. And that's exactly what this movie's done. And there it is in the number 2 slot at 58 mil. It's only sitting at 409 million, which is great worldwide, but not stupendous, just because, I don't know, internationally, it's not as crushing it as it is here. Like we're at 236 mil domestic and 173 internationally. So usually those should be a lot more even, if not higher internationally. So Superman just isn't going to perform well, clearly internationally. So we'll take it. We'll take this as a win. Warner Brothers is taking this as a win. It's getting a lot of good. It's so funny too, because this is definitely being promoted so much differently than Zack Snyder's Man of Steel ever would. They have like, and I look all over YouTube, and this cast is getting together on talk shows. They're all warm and fuzzy together. They have great chemistry. There was a video of the Corn Sweat, Lois, James Gunn, Lex playing with puppies. I guess there's a channel that has so-and-so playing with puppies. So it's like Stranger Things cast playing with puppies, Superman playing with puppies. And I'm like, okay. And it fits, of course, because you got, crypto in this movie. But anywho, so I'm happy for its success. May it keep on going. Jurassic Park or World. So I still call it Jurassic Park, y'all. To me, the universe is Jurassic Park. Jurassic World, number 2 slot, still doing well. Only dropped 41%. It's made 23 million, 23.7. Number 3, okay, we had the 2 new ones. I Know What You Did Last Summer came in third at 12.7. Smurfs got smurfed up the Smurf with 11 million, and F1 still doing pretty good with 9.8 mil. That was, where's that at? It is at 153 million. That's pretty good for F1, Formula One movie. Now that's interesting. I'm going to look at the international. Yeah, see, here you go. So Formula One racing is huge around the world. This is doing the exact opposite of Superman. 309 million internationally alone, 153 here. So that's because I don't think we're as ravenous about F1 as everywhere else. So this movie's doing very well. 463, slightly ahead of Superman right now, because it's the kind of thing that they like globally. I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's one I'd like to go see, but I did not. Instead, I went to go see How to Train Your Dragon. I felt like that was on its way out. I was curious what the live action remake was going to be. Not in the top 5 anymore. It just dropped out to number 6. But it's made like 250 mil so far. So not bad for that as a live action movie. I'm a little tired of all that. and that movie was good. Like it was a fun watch. Like if I'd never seen the animated movie, I think it would have been better. but because it hit a lot of the same beats, I was just like, I was entertained, but I wasn't surprised by anything. But anyway, so that is your top five. Well, what are you guys excited about? Did you see Superman yet? What did you think? Chime in. You love it, you hate it. Everyone's got to be polarized on anything that's got a big fan base. I don't know if you saw, but last night I was on Excelsior Movies channel. We did a Superman recap. We talked about the movie. I was glowing and praising it. Mega Mike the Movie Man was hating it and despised it, which is funny because Mike loves superhero movies and he loved Shazam. I tried to tell him you love Shazam, and that's a light, fluffy DC movie. But no, for some reason, he likes his Superman dark, which is fine. Yeah, if you love the dark Superman, for me, that's just not Superman. Like Batman's the dark knight, right? Superman's the big Boy Scout, big blue Boy Scout. And you have to have them be different like that so that when they butt heads, there's a reason. But if Clark is dark and Bruce is dark, I don't find any fun in that. So I'm loving this universe. I can't wait to see the next film, Supergirl, when it comes out. Now, coming out next week, look, I'm just going to show you one. It's one and done. Bob, if you would please, the button. Thank you. There it is, starting on Friday the 25th. At least I hope that's Friday. Yeah. It's Fantastic Four. You got to sing it like that. There it is. So a lot of people are saying, look, Superman's doing well. So that puts a lot of goodwill into the superhero movie community. So people are excited. If Superman tanked, I think it would help. It would hurt Fantastic Four because people just like, ugh, enough of these bad superhero movies. But Superman's been well received. That's going to bode well for Fantastic Four. Now people are going to want to see, well, how does this stack up to Superman? Let's go see that. I'll be very curious to see, especially since this has had three. I personally, look, I'm going to fight tooth and nail. I liked the Jessica Alba movies. Were they top tier Marvel? No, but they got the tone right. That garbage that came out, whatever, 2016, that thing was so unfaithful to the comics. It's embarrassing. So this takes everything up a notch into that whole Marvel quality. So I'm excited to see it. I'm excited that there's a lot of good buzz. People are coming out of the theater and they're saying, this movie is fantastic. There it is. So yeah, I'm excited to check it out. How about y'all? Anybody else got the warm and fuzzies for Fantastic Four, or are you done? I don't know. I like the Fantastic Four. I think they're a good group, so I'm looking forward to it. It is past 9 o'clock, y'all, so we're going to do some turbo through these last comments and call it a day. I will. All right, so as I read these, I'll try to say it right at the end. So if you want to know what my announcement was, I'm going to say it at the end. So you got to stick around to the end. You got to hit like and subscribe if you want to know all the dirt, all the juice that I'm about to drop. All right, hang on, just pulling that up. Here we go. Oh, here we go. So I got Ash arriving today. Excited to see that one. I haven't seen that. Tell me if it's good, man. How come no one does the panel streams anymore? I used to love those, man. I don't know, man. It's so weird because, we used to have the Collectors Club here and we always had those guys. But, I think some of them got a little, burnt out, which I understand. We were plugging along on that. So I don't know. Mega Mike's about one of the only ones still doing a lot of panel streams. I do have a couple of panels coming up. They're going to be movie related. I'm just locking in the entire ensemble for it. And as soon as I get that set, I will let you guys know. So we will have a cool panel. And this is going to be like a real inside the movies panel. So you're not going to see a lot of faces you see on YouTube. These are people that are in the movies, that made movies. And it's going to be very, very cool. We got 13 likes now. We're not even at 20. Oh, what an embarrassment. All right, hang on. Let's see. Bob, can you hit the refresh on that so I can take a look where we're at? Let's see. 17. Come on, gang. 17. I got to get to 20. I'm signing off here in a couple minutes. So you got 2 minutes to get me 5 more likes. I hope the new job is great. Thank you. It'll be great, but brief. As always, my jobs are job to job. So I'll have 4 weeks to rock and roll. Time to get Kaleidoscapes, y'all. Pricey entry point, but you can get a lot of 4K movies on there for $15. I'll pay for it'll pay for itself eventually with how expensive 4Ks are getting. Oh, Kaleidoscapes. I don't even know what that is. I have to look into that. Week 44 for Cobra it is. All right, Johnny. I'll save it then. I'll save it. Done. We will Cobra it together. We're supposed to get the first movie this year sometime in October. Nice. Final Destination. You're right. And I suppose I could just do 52 weeks starting now. Dude, look, here's the funny thing. When I did it the first year, not last year, the previous year, Laren, I sucked. I did 2 weeks out of 52 because I just blew it off. I blew it off. I was like, I'm not in the mood. So I did 2 weeks. Literally, if you jump in now, even if you just do 3 weeks, you will have beaten my first week lack of success. But that's also because I was doing someone else's list that predetermined the movie that you're supposed to watch. That's what I didn't like. That's why I sort of redesigned this 52-week thing myself to do it so that you get to select and choose what movie it is. And you don't have to like decide immediately. Like for me, I just have the theme decided and then I put 2 or 3 choices next to it. I just sort of write it down next to it to give me options. And then when I get there, I may even pick a movie that's not one of the 3 that I wrote down. I may go, oh, wait a minute. This just came out and this fits perfectly. So as long as you know what theme is coming up, it prepares. Like mentally, I'm like, okay, I have the cool soundtrack coming up. I'm ready for that now. I'm ready for it now. But before, if it was like, uh-oh, that original list was 2001 is coming up next week and I hate that movie, I'm not going to watch it. So piss off. I just roll right past that week. I don't even challenge it. I don't even do it because they were trying to tell you what you watched. This way, you got a soundtrack. Now, if I tell you on the challenge, it's got to be Purple Rain, and you don't care for Prince, you're going to skip that week. So the whole point is just to give you the theme, the genre, and you pick what you plug in. And dude, that's why we're rolling along. That's why we're having such success, is everyone gets to just put what they want into the challenge, and everyone's just killing it. I love it. Anybody that's like playing along, man, you guys are killing it. Hey, Holland, what is going on? Greetings, Hollander. Hey, I thought I'd forget there, did you? All right, Cobra's so bad, it's bad. So what you're saying is the bads cancel each other out, and it's awesome. Done. All right, you've by using some sort of tomfoolery, I'm there. I see what you're doing. Just power through the first 30 movies in one sitting. There it is. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, Mr. Oates, 17. Come on, wrangle 3 more. Ugh, it's like pulling teeth. Let's go, y'all. Hope you're well, all in. Let's see. Oh, subscribe to Collector Movie Man. That's right. He's got a fun channel. Go check out Collector Movie Man. His name's Dave, in case you guys don't know him. Everybody knows Dave. We're always in here. Huck, temper your expectations if you go see it to summer. Okay, I will. You know what? I don't have big expectations. I'm just sort of a casual fan of the franchise. I don't even think I've seen the 3rd one. Probably saw the 2nd one. I know I saw the 1st because Jennifer Love Hewitt. So I'll keep it way low because I do hear that for franchise lovers, it sort of does something dirty to it. I don't know what that means. I'm definitely seeing Fantastic Four on Friday. Nice. Larry, catch up on that challenge. Plenty of time. What are your thoughts on the critic versus influencer debate? Influencers are given access to early premieres and given interviews, and most of the time give glowing reviews. Well, look, I mean, everyone's just trying to carve out a niche for themselves, and I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know what the stats are on that everyone gives it. All the influencers are giving it glowing reviews, because I do see some. Like, I watch a lot of them out there. I mean, you got John Campia, Chris at 3C Films. Dan Mural, he's really good too, and a lot of those guys don't always give glowing reviews, and I know that they're influencers. So, and critics, I don't know, everyone's just kind of like, I've always been like, I don't care about critics so much, especially if we lean on the Rotten Tomatoes critics, because I think sometimes people I think love giving bad reviews more than they do good reviews. Like, it's almost like if I gave a good review, I'm just a shill, or I'm just kissing up to it. Or I don't know, maybe it's a good movie. You can say it's a good movie. It's okay. But if you trash it a little bit, it sounds like you know what you're talking about. So I don't know. So to me, I just say more power to all of them. Whatever gets them through the day. If it makes them a little money, that's cool. Everyone's just trying to carve out something. So I don't really pay attention to critics, but I do enjoy certain influencers. So I'll say that. Yeah, like I don't go find some critic page and go, oh, what did he say? But I will go to some of the ones I trust and listen to what they say and see if like at least 5 of them line up. I'm like, okay, they all said it's pretty good, or 4 out of 5. All right. I mean, again, and I won't hold them to that because I can still see it and go, ugh. But there you go. Is that not payment in some way and maybe makes what they say not exactly trustworthy? I mean, it could be seen that way, certainly. Yeah. I mean, because they're getting the interview and stuff, and so there's this an excitement that you want to do it again, so you're going to say something nice, and that's just like, and that's not necessarily a dishonest thing, because I'll tell you this: just seeing things differently with a certain crowd at a certain time of day for a certain can alter your how you like the movie. Like when I saw Barbie, I saw it with a packed house, and we were laughing our faces off. Other people didn't like Barbie, but because of how and when and who I saw it with, I enjoyed it. Like it, I don't. If I saw it by myself, would I have laughed so much? But no, I took my wife and my daughter, and it was a packed house. So these guys are watching it with the celebrities, so there's an excitement that's in the room, and then it's fun and it's good, and the crowd's crazy. That so I will say sometimes if their review could seem disingenuous, it may not be. It could be that their experience having seen that film that way, it was quite good. Like they loved it. Now, was it tainted by their percent? Could have been, but you don't know, But I don't think people go out of their way because again, I've seen influencers like Chris go, they go on these things and they'll still give you the honest review. They'll say what they didn't like. Like I see Chris, they say it all the time. They go, okay, love the movie. Here's what I liked, but I do have some problems with it. Those are the people I like. Is when they tell you, here's what I liked, but I have some problems with it. As long as you've got like some sort of balanced perspective, then I feel like you're not succumbing to the influence of being with the celebrities. If that helps, if that makes any sense, Hoss. Hopefully that was a good train of thought. Speaking of trains, out of Trainer Jack. How's that for a segue? Would have been better if it wasn't a shot for shot. Yeah, I know that's what the thing was. But I did appreciate, if you watch my reaction to it, I did appreciate how all the dragons looked like they did in the animated movie. So they didn't all look like Lord of the Rings dragons, contemporary dragons from Game of Thrones, stuff like that. They had sort of those almost not cartoony charm, but yeah, cartoony charm. But anyway, so it was fine. It was good. Like I didn't hate it. I was okay for 2 hours, but will I see it again? No. Will it make the collection? Nah, not really. Nah. Like a movie that I was surprised about, if you want to get into the magical realm, it's like, I'll say it every day, Dungeons and Dragons, y'all. If y'all haven't seen the Chris Pine Dungeons and Dragons, go check that out, man. That's like, it was cool. All right, I know that work is knocking on my door. Hold on, y'all. I just got to make sure I'm not getting in some heated trouble here. Bear with me. All right, we gotta wrap it up. So here we go. Have an awesome day. Okay, now I did say stick around, so I'm gonna tell you. So guys, and this is legit. What is your take on this morning show? I was talking to my wife about this. I'm just gonna put your things up while I talk about this. Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah. Do it, son. Do it. We're at 18. Stay for the mid-credit scenes. Oh, for I know what you did last summer. Okay, will do. Nice. Fantastic Four, 88%. That's good. Superman's higher. Let's see. All right, so I am debating. I'll just cut to the chase. Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna like put a pin in this. I may have to sort of skip a bunch of the. Oh, okay. There's only 4 here. I think Clockwork Orange. Oh, Clockwork Orange. Well, that was a one and done. I appreciate the movie. I gave it like 3.5 stars. It's a well-made movie. I don't ever need to see Clockwork Orange again. No. The 30 movies, Sony's set. Watch. Okay, Laren, wake up. It's time for the Crossroads Glitter Double Feature. All right. So I am trying to decide whether it's still worth doing the morning show. I know you guys are here and I love you guys and I love the crowd that keeps coming back, but I am on episode 152, y'all. 152. That is a long time. That is very successful. Um, let's see. It's like almost 3 years at this, and I feel like the audience just isn't growing. I'm trying to like do a fun show and bring content to this show that it's a little different than just people that I bought this, I bought that, I went out to this and that. I can't do those anymore. I can't just keep going out buying stuff. People love it when you buy stuff, y'all. When you do a video and you bought stuff, oh, you'll get 1,000 watches. But when you do something that's like, hey, look at this meaningful thing I did, you get like 200 views. No one cares. So I'm worried that in spite of like, all the stuff and the great interactions we're having, that I don't know if the audience is here, and would it do better at night? Like I watch all these people doing evening shows, and viewers are much higher on those, much higher on evening shows. Now I get it. Maybe a lot of people are tired of their day and they turn on stuff at night and boom, there it is. So my question is, before I completely say, should we do away with the morning show? How about we do an evening show for a month? Like, let's say whether it's August or September. I haven't decided. We will sort of take away the morning mug for 1 month. I'm not going to do both because because I want to try to do similar content at night, but I'm also not burdened to stop because I have to stop now because of work. At night, we can go on a little bit longer, free flow, and just get more conversational in our conversation. Because I don't know if like in the morning, I feel like a lot of people are on hustle mode. So we have a lot of people that talk and say hi to each other, but there's not a lot of conversation for with us in the morning that I see with people at night. Like people are just coming up, oh, I saw that, and there's like topics of conversation that I think happen more at night than they do in the morning. So for those of you who stuck around, this is this is just for you. This is the special because you stuck around. You get to know what's coming, and I really want your input. So whether you slug it in here now, and also do me a favor when this is over, because these comments go away. And as soon as I hit end, I lose these. I'm going to put them in the comments and let me know what you think. Like, hey, yeah, try a night show. That sounds exciting. Or no, don't get rid of the morning show. It's what I look forward to every Tuesday. I'm just curious because, like I said, I've been having this conversation with my wife, and I don't know. I don't know if this is expanding, if it's going like I'm not getting more people. And look, Caveman, look how we struggled. Did we even hit 20 likes this morning? I see people just coming on at night and like they just hit go and they've already got 8 likes before the thing even starts. I just hit refresh and it still says 17. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. So let me know in the comments, should we kill the morning show and go to a night show? Should we try a night show to see how it compares? I don't know. You guys let me know. That's what I'm going to leave you with today. Not that I say the future's in your hands, but I just would love to know what you say. Before I cut out, let me just see real quick. Love the morning mug. Definitely should have some guest spots in the morning. I don't think guests would change what I do, though. Because I have had guests. I've had you on. I've had Laren on. I have our old David Lowe before he passed away, R.I.P. Dave. I'm so glad I had you on. And they don't really push the needle in the morning. Very sad. I appreciate that. Beat me to a collector. Have some guests. I mean, I'll try. I'll do. Evening works better for me. This show is awesome, but I understand if you may turn to something else, night would probably be better. Yeah, I just want to see you guys there too. I'd hate to like start a night show and then like there's less of an audience. I would hope that there's more, you don't want the show to go away. I appreciate that. See, this is what I want to hear. I'm open to evening tests as long as you do a live show. All right. Yeah. And look, I feel like if I have guests during the night show, that would be even better as well. So your house says, I'm always free in the evening, some Tuesdays. And I would probably shift it to a Monday night intentionally. The reason I do Tuesday morning is because I always wanted to do the box office, and I always give Monday an extra day for the numbers to change. And that does happen. So if I do it Monday night, then I'm still beating the crowd. Like a lot of people beat me because they do shows on Monday and they're already talking about box office. However, when I talk about it, my numbers might be a little bit more accurate. Does anybody matter? Anybody care? Probably not. But at least by doing it on Monday, I will be as on top of it as most everyone else. So that's maybe the thought there. I definitely like to do an evening mug, but like the morning mug. Nice. I appreciate it. Okay, this is what I like to hear. Would love to get deeper on the critic influencer talk. That's an interesting topic. Okay. Yeah. All right then. Thanks, Huckster. Have a great day. Thanks, Laren. I'll tune in for some Leisure Suit Huck. I will. Ought to be higher. I smacked it twice. Oh, but see, when you smack it twice, it unlikes it. It goes, and it goes, like, unlike. Smack it a third time. Smack it a third time. Starting out 1 night show, 3 morning shows. See how it goes. Boom. To be higher, smacked it twice. Again, smack it a third time. All right, guys. Well, thanks for that feedback. That was really good. Leave in the comments because maybe that'll get people stirred up. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know if you stuck around to the end. The only way I'll know if you stuck around to the end is if you leave a comment. But that is going to do it. Bob, thanks to StreamYard. Give us that clunky outro. Till next week, we'll see you in the morning next Tuesday. I want to thank my members who are in here today, Johnny and Haas. Hit it. Bob. My cafe members for their support. And if you'd like to be a cafe member to help support the channel, please consider hitting that join button now. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming by and sharing your time with me. So until next time, be safe, be kind. We'll see you on the next one.